What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Hope everyone is doing well. Folks, we had a pretty damn interesting situation go on in Florida, and I gotta tell you, the way these cops handled this, if I didn't love Texas as much as I do, I would consider moving to Florida, 100%. Listen to this.
They were masked and armed with a crowbar, but two men who broke into a Bradenton home last night ended up coming face to face with a homeowner who was armed with a gun. Investigators say the homeowner fired shots, killing one of the intruders. The other ran off, but was arrested blocks away. As Fox 13's Kimberly Cuizon tells us, the sheriff is now praising that homeowner.
A man and his wife were in their home on Hickory Hammock Circle in Bradenton's River Club when they got a security alert.
They hear this commotion going on. They see these suspects that are masked up, trying to break into the home. They were able to pry that window open.
The homeowner only had seconds to act.
He knew that something bad was about to happen, and he didn't stall. He grabbed his firearm. He told his wife to get into a safe spot.
Manatee Sheriff Rick Wells says the husband came face to face with the masked men. One was already inside his home and another was climbing through a window. Nearby neighbors heard what happened next.
I sat down next to the lanai. The door was open and I vividly heard, 3 gunshots.
27-year-old Jorge Nestevan Flores Toledo of Mexico, who goes by Annabelle Miller Valencia, was injured and later died. Detectives say he had been arrested for burglary in Illinois and had an active warrant for a parole violation. The other suspect, 39-year-old Michelle Sotomelo, ran off. A Manatee Sheriff's K-9 stopped him a few blocks away.
Both of the robbers, or thieves, or whatever you want to call them, who tried to break into this guy's house, were on visas, and they were expired. So what does that tell our current immigration system? Maybe that people get visas and then continue to stay after, like, hey, I want to work here for 3 months, and then I'm just going to go to a different state. One of these guys was in California for a visa, got all the way to Florida. So obviously this is an immigration problem. People are coming up through our southern border, any border for that matter, and they're causing problems.
2 migrants reportedly arrested in New York City. As part of that major bust on Wednesday, the men are said to have ties to TDA, the violent Venezuelan gang, and the 2 are reported to be part of a group accused of threatening tenants at an apartment in Aurora, Colorado. Meanwhile, in Chicago, city officials warning its police officers to be careful when encountering suspected TDA members. Congressman Nick Langworthy on his take on the migrant crisis earlier this morning. Watch.
It is just a continuation of what we've seen time and again with the migrant crisis finding its way right onto New York City's doorstep, and it's our sanctuary city policies of Kathy Hochul to blame.
For the people who are like, oh no, immigration isn't a problem, anybody can come through our southern border. If there was one reason why you shouldn't want it, it's because we already have a high enough crime rate in this country. We already have high enough gun control in this country. Guess where the gun control comes off of? The crime rate. Because what they do is they look at the crime rate and they say, wow, there's a lot of shootings in this major city. We better have gun control for the entire country. We better have federal gun control. We better have an ATF. We better have everybody locked down in terms of what they can own and what they can't. But in reality, if the major cities just kind of figured it out and said, okay, we've got an underground crime ring, let's say in Dallas or in Houston or Chicago. They are the ones causing the problem. We need to focus all of our efforts on them. But instead, they focus on us, the everyday people, the people who want to own an AR-15. It's absolutely outrageous. But that being said, I want y'all to listen to the last thing that this sheriff said, and it is priceless. And I gotta tell you, it's also rare in this country.
While deputies are working to figure out why the pair came to Manatee County, Sheriff Wells says there's one undeniable fact.
The bottom line is, this is the state of Florida. You want to break into someone's home, you should expect to be shot.
That's kind of why I said in the beginning of the video, why if I didn't like Texas so much, I'd move to Florida. I mean, where else in the country are the sheriffs saying something like that? I haven't heard really any Texas sheriff say something like that. Go on the news and say, hey, this is Texas. If you go and break in someone's house, they're gonna shoot you and we're okay with that. Why are not all of the red states doing something like this? Do you not understand how powerful that statement is? What this sheriff just said. Hey, this is Florida. If you try to break into somebody's house, we want the homeowner to shoot you. Now, if for some reason you don't live in Florida and you don't have a sheriff or the entire state of sheriffs saying, yes, as a homeowner, you have the right to shoot anyone who tries to break into your home, I recommend you get attorneys on retainer. Attorneys on retainer is a full service self-defense coverage. When you're in a self-defense incident, they cover everything from the bail coverage, everything up and until the trial expert witnesses, everything that has to do with the trial at no cost to you. If you carry a gun, you need attorneys on retainer. It's as simple as that. Also, they are currently trying to help Kayla Giles, a woman who was previously covered by a different concealed carry insurance. She was dropped by them, and now she is currently trying to appeal her self-defense situation. They have an update on that. If you want to watch that, there's going to be a link below the video. But as always, they're giving you $50 off your individual sign-up fee. The first link is going to be the way to sign up with AOR to get that discount. The second link is going to be the Kayla Giles update. Join the AOR family. Anyways, I think we can learn a lot from what Florida is doing. This isn't the first sheriff down there who's done something like this, who said, hey, if you're breaking into people's houses, we want the homeowner to do our job. And it makes sense, honestly. And for the criminals out there who are continuously doing this, let me just give you one personal message. Everyone in the country, they're tired of dealing with crime. They're tired of hearing about it on the news. They're tired of hearing about it anywhere. People want to live in peace. True Americans, they want peace. They want to be able to drink a beer with their neighbor and say, hey man, how was your day? Oh, shitty? All right, man, we'll have two. That's what they want. They don't want, oh, I fucking hate you. That's it. They don't want that. If it comes to that, they're prepared for it, but we want peace. And all these criminals who are trying to break into people's houses and everything else, it's ruining it.